The Formula One record books for 1988 and 1989 will show only McLaren's domination. 25 victories out of 32 races, a third world championship for Alain Prost, and a fifth team title. What those record books will not show is the controversy, the stormy relationship between the team's two gladiators, Prost and Ayrton Senna. A situation that peaked in Japan when Prost and Senna collided. It meant another world title for Prost, and what turned into a 6-month probation for Senna. The title the team accepts, the probation it intends to fight, with team manager Ron Dennis leading the way.
The World Championship is no longer at stake. Why pursue this whole issue in the courts?
It's our intention to try and assist with all the other teams to put our own house in order.
What's wrong with Formula One in that sense?
The problem is inconsistency. If you know where you stand, if you know that if you do X infringement you get Y penalty, then you can function. But if X infringement brings about a range of penalties that are arbitrarily imposed on you, then there is a discrepancy and an inconsistency that is just unsatisfactory.
The accident and its penalties are only a small part of McLaren's controversy. Nearly everything the team has accomplished has been overshadowed by the feud between Senna and Prost.
Alain would have been much better to have retired for a year. I felt that he was physically and certainly mentally exhausted, not giving of his best, which he openly admits now. He put that down at the time to his discomfort in the team. I think it was more complex than that, and I feel that his own racing career would have been best served by a year off.
McLaren has gone through some stormy times over the last few years. Usually that would hurt a team. In your case, you've won at the same time. How come? Why is that?
It's hurt us, but it hasn't hurt us in our ability to win races, as you point out. It's taken away the fun. It's taken away the shine that you like to feel the company has as regards its image. But I think it's a tribute to the professionalism of everybody inside the team and all the management, of which I am only one part, that in all this adversity we're able to discipline ourselves to focus our minds on the job when it counts.
And much of that focusing has gone on here at the McLaren factory just outside of London in the little town of Woking. Anyone used to the old school of motor racing would be amazed when they come to the McLaren facility here at Woking. And it's not just the modern aspects of it, the computers, the high technology, it's also the size. This building houses 170 people whose sole job is to put McLaren at the racetrack.
Let's talk about cost. We hear so much about the McLaren budget. What does it cost to run Formula One?
I would say that a Formula One team can't compete. And that means no testing, that means none of the luxuries of R&D and of all the peripheral things that you need to be successful. Just a clinical sort of 3-car team going to a Grand Prix with up-and-coming drivers that don't require high salaries, that sort of approach. Using a standard V8 off-the-shelf Cosworth engine, you're talking minimum $10 million. If you're talking about being competitive, you're talking about multiples of that. If you're talking about being consistently competitive, you're talking about an awful lot of money. And we spend an awful lot of money.